Okay. And Mimi actually having grown up in the West Bank, she uses anecdotes of the division in her community to drive her narrative. An example of this is on page 12, where she writes, we divide ourselves into two groups. One group was the Israeli army, and the other was the Palestinians. Within the Palestinian group, we assigned ourselves the role of medics, journalists, and of course, protesters. Here, and according to Tamimi, the children play a game that mimics the violence they've seen on TV, um, which, meanwhile, they're just oblivious to what's really going on around them. As they grew older, however, the soldiers stopped being so far away and the violence got very real for them. Meanwhile, Thrall uses maps, statistics, and the stories of others to build his narrative, such as the story of Abed's brother and the different color IDs, like keeping him and his wife apart. It reads, as a young man, Abed's brothers, who held a green ID, married a young woman with a blue ID. Like all such couples, they were forbidden from residing together in municipal Jerusalem, unless they took their chances by living illegally in one of the distressed Jerusalem enclaves cut off from the rest of the city by the wall. So, yeah, this just goes to further show, like, their division in the West Bank, coupled with violence. Their approaches overlap because of their use of anecdotes to provide real-world examples of the division and violence taking place in the West Bank. One thing I searched up was what the Likud is, or I think that's how you say it. It's a right-wing conservative Israeli political party. And one quote I wanted to analyze was, as the share of Palestinians in Jerusalem has grown, so has the pressure placed on them to leave. The primary lever has been housing policy. Since 1967, the Israeli government has initiated the planning and construction of more than 55,000 housing units in East Jerusalem settlements, whose residents now make up 24% of the city's overall population. By contrast, in Palestinian neighborhoods east of East Jerusalem, whose residents make up nearly 40% of the city's population, the government has initiated the construction of 600. This to me seems like clear discrimination against the Palestinians by the Israelis. I don't think it's very fair because those people do need a place to live and they are calling that place their home. Like they're indigenous to that area. And they clearly make up the majority of the population in the area. But the homes are only being built for 24% of the populations, and the homes that are being built by the Palestinians are being done without permits due to the discrimination, which is just another way for the Israelis to further lever Palestinians out of Jerusalem, where many of them were born and raised.